Mhm.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to FSGP 2025. We are doing the first round of 24 of this year, and the first one will be in Albert Park, Grand Prix karting Albert Park. We will do the same as we did last 4 years. Every weekend when there is a Formula One Grand Prix, we will also racing on Saturday evening in Assetto Corsa with the Mad Formula Student MFT02 race car built by Diego Rosado and on the Grand Prix karting tracks made by Nitro Clean, that's me, which are Formula One tracks made smaller with the size of a karting track, like you can see on the image now. We are live now at the practice server and I'm commentating with Niels from Belgium.
Hi.
Good evening,
Thanks
Niels.
for having me. Good evening. And this year is going to be another spectacle. Last year we had Doormalen, Guus van Doormalen, become another world champion multiple times right now. And last year, yeah, it was just his world and we were just living in it. He won race after race after race. I think he got a streak of 6-7 races in a row that he won. Milanov, his closest competitor, also had a really great season, but just a couple of mistakes. You guys can't hear me?
Okay, so we're in the practice session now, so some 10 minutes to go.
Can they hear me?
I think so. I will, if you do some commentating, I will be back in a moment to check something.
Okay. So I have now I can get over the season from last year. Yeah, last year was a great spectacle. We had a lot of drivers taking the win. It was mostly Van Doormalen and Milanov. Wacht. Oh, as we see a crash right now in practice, that's usually not what is supposed to happen. You have to do that during the race.
Okay, I'm back now. I had to check some technical things.
Does my voice work now?
Yes.
Okay. But do I have to redo my intro?
No.
Okay, because I'll gladly redo it. Yeah, Nitro, who do you think will win this year?
I don't know. There are a lot of new drivers, and we have no idea how fast they will be in the Formula Student car. And
that is true.
Yeah, Formula Student car with the default setup is pretty easy to drive, but to be fast is a bit difficult. You have to make your own setup to be fast, and then the car is a little bit difficult to drive.
Yeah, it can be quite snappy on the entry and on exit. It's very hard to judge the limit of grip on these cars. Or you have like a lot of understeer. I felt that the cars had quite a lot of understeer when turning in, but when you only a couple of ticks on the setup and it becomes really oversteer and really difficult to drive. So you have to find that balance. As a driver, you have to kind of drive your way around how the car naturally wants to drive, because it's not always as easy. Yeah, I think we're in for a great battle between Milanov and Van Doormalen again.
But Milanov is not driving today.
No, not today, but I suspect he will be in upcoming races. Now it will be Lozzie who's put the fire against the chins, as we would say in Dutch. So he can challenge for the win.
Yes, for sure.
And he's really strong on setup, and he's really strong on strategy-wise as well. So that will be quite interesting to see.
I don't know what Guus van Doormalen is doing, but he has no time set yet ready. Yet, sorry.
Yeah, so now it's Lottie. Maybe he wants to start from the back.
No, I don't think so.
But
it's just practice, we're not quali. I
no,
think there will
maybe,
be a
maybe
battle
hit it,
between Wise and Lozy.
Yeah, if it seems to be like this. Both in the blue liveries. Rosado was also quite strong last year when he drove. But I'm seeing indeed a lot of new names.
Yes.
Some regulars like Patarozzi and Thomas Kane, Zweigberg, Panebianco, who are also regulars. Panebianco, who with a couple of strong finish with I think a 5th position somewhere. So I think he will be one of the guys to look out for. You don't hear any background noise, do you? In my mic?
No.
Okay.
Your voice sounds okay.
Okay, perfect.
And we can hear the sound coming from the track, so...
Yeah. My keyboard isn't too loud, I hope.
No. For people who have never watched Formula Student Grand Prix race before, this car is the safety car. I said the course itself doesn't have a spectator mode, so what we're doing is we have a safety car in the pit, so that's me, so I am the spectator now in this session, and we can see everything and do a live broadcast.
But in the race there aren't any safety car.
No. I could if I wanted, so, but I won't drive. That would be
no,
dangerous.
Indeed, because there's usually not the wrecks aren't too massive to overcome. We have seen some pileups like in Saudi Arabia last year, which saw some pretty huge crashes. Also, it saw Milanov, Van Doormalen getting crashed out, and then he had to drive a brilliant recovery race to a P4. Yeah. We don't do safety cars. But if you're not familiar with the cars itself, the Formula Student car is a different competition between universities who have given a set of rules, just like Formula 1 for example, to build a very small, very high downforce race car. And they don't race on typical street racing circuits or karting circuits like in this example, but they race mostly around cones. For example, where I'm from, the UGent race team, UGent Racing, goes in 3 competitions in the TT of Essen, in Hockenheimring and in Czechia, the Brno ring. And they race between cones to do a loop, like a figure of 8, as fast as possible, what's slalom in Engels?
I don't know.
Like a... Hold on, the English
zigzag between the cones.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That's already English. Slalom.
Okay.
Yeah. With a zigzag between cones. And that's where these racing cars are based on. Well, they are the these cars are from the Formula Student team of Madrid. You might have noticed, or you haven't, but there are some texts on the front of the nose with Madrid on it, because those are from the team of Madrid, and they made a simulation. And Diego Rosado was also racing here, ported them into a set of courses to also race them here. He's now in the pit lane. Well, there you can see the beautiful, the master of this this series. Without him, it would not be possible. But he's of course not the only racing team who does simulations and do racing. But he's the one who ported into Assetto Corsa. So here we are, enjoying life. And if you think like, oh, don't universities race these cars? Well, there is also an online competition between the race cars. From every Formula student team with other universities that join as well. So you can also watch those, but I don't know when that event is happening. Right now, we are following the Formula Student Grand Prix, or the Formula Student Grand Prix, built around these cars, and with a very different style of format, different racing than what they're usually used to.
Okay, so the practice session is ending now. On the live screen we can see the pit lane.
Okay. I go over the drivers?
Yeah, you can.
Is this for qualifying?
No, this is still
Oh, okay.
practicing. This is at the end of the practice session.
I mean, if you see at the timings, it's gonna be close between Lozzie and Doormalen. I don't know if he's sandbagging or just like doing drive space or quali pace. But I do think it's gonna be really, really close. And also, very strong performance from Brock. I don't know, that's a newcomer, I think. Is he?
Did you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, but I was not in the live stream.
Oh, okay. Oké. Ik dacht al zoiets. Ja. Dat is inderdaad wel het makkelijkste. Oh, I am... Okay.
So we are waiting for the practice session, sorry, the qualification session to start in about 20 seconds, I think. How many drivers do we have? 20.
Drivers. Poof.
That's a full field.
It's full, I think, yeah? We've never had so many.
So the qualification session has just started. It's a 10 minutes qualification. We are 20 seconds in the qualification right now. And it's not a private session. All drivers are on track at the same time. And Grand Prix karting tracks are not so long tracks. It's our karting tracks. So 20 drivers on track. You have to look for a gap so you can do a fast lap.
Yeah, it's you have to get the timing right, and if you're a faster driver, you have to make sure that you get some space to the car in front of you. For example, as Lozzie is doing now, he's going out first, so that means he obviously already has that advantage of getting a free track. Maybe other people that are coming out of the pit lane later, but normally everybody comes out around the same time, so being ahead of that field gives you a little advantage. As he comes around the first sector, I don't think we have sector times available to us, so we have to wait until the end of the lap to see the timings.
I see we have to do some maintenance on the leaderboard because it's still signing a practice, and we are in quali now.
Yeah, and I think the timings are also still from practice.
Yeah, really? No.
Oh,
No,
No?
no, the timing is live now.
Oh, okay. We see Lazzy coming for his first flying lap with Crafter right behind him. Also very strong lap. And that puts him third.
Yeah.
6 tenths slower than Lazzy. Lazzy with the 50 seconds .505. As the famous song goes. I'm going back to 505.
Let's take a look at the world champion.
I think that's his first flying lap.
I think so.
Also coming around the first corner against the very long bendy straights, which I think is gonna give some opportunity for drivers behind to make up some timings, as he's almost flat out. I think it was flat out on the straights. See Crafter moving out of the way. Very clean driving, a little correction. But also here very early on the power. And we'll see where that puts him. Oh, he's aborting the lap.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe he didn't think it was good enough.
Let's go to Cadillac then.
Or it was an invalid lap. Crafter now, strong. It's a very strong qualifying pace from him. Also from Beasley, which is also a newcomer. I haven't seen him all year. It's a lot of newcomers indeed, as you said before, who might spice up the field quite a bit. I think it's very nice that we have more people joining us. It's always nice to see the field getting a bit fuller. And I think it's Crafter also not on a push lap, or it might be Assetto Corsa who's glitching a bit the
I don't know if the LEDs
timing.
on the display are correct, because
They should be,
saw
I think.
Guus, his screen, and I see he has all blue LEDs. And if we go to his car right now, where is he? I don't see him anymore. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see for the curse system 4
Yeah.
red LEDs, but on his car itself they are blue, so we can't see.
Oh,
Oh, but I think the LED for fast lap is working correctly.
okay. So this is working correctly. Let's see, I think a lap deleted from Beasley. That's weird. Let's see, I think Durama's first lap.
I think Guus is in a half lap now.
I think so too. He is going quite fast and pushing and using every bit of the track that can be used. Oh, as he goes deep
Track
into
limits.
the penultimate corner.
Yeah,
Is it going to be track limits again?
Yeah.
I think you can see it on the screen, don't you?
Yeah.
A little bit of a cheater. We have insider information.
Oh, Lozi is not on an hot lap. Sorry, Cadillac Crafter.
Crafter. And Beasley's time is reinstated. So now Rosado Ford, very strong of him.
Let's go to him.
He's obviously, yeah, everyone always likes to see him do well. The creator of the series.
Oh,
And
somebody on the grass.
Oh, somebody spun out. That also happens when you try to push a bit too much. It's not always easy. We see a lot of very strong drivers. Patarozzi, for example, had some very good finishes. In 8th place last year in China, for example. So yeah, it's I think in the race as well, it's going to be quite a spectacle in the midfield. As we see now, Rosado go for another push lap. Only 4 minutes remaining, so that means around 4 laps, if you do 4 good ones at least.
And see who is at P20.
And Doorman still hasn't put in a valid lap yet.
Yes.
I think he's gonna... he knows how fast he can be, but if the lap isn't valid, then you don't get a time. So the track limits are quite strict on here. going a bit too much over the curb can invalidate your lap, and going a tad bit on the grass can also invalidate your lap. As you see, Zweigberg parking it up the grass. Also, I think he made a mistake in the fast just after the straight, which is a really tricky corner. Those cars are a pain to brake. If you are on the brakes, they're very difficult to control. They don't want to turn at all. And sometimes, yeah, it can be quite difficult if you want to trail the car. Use trailing to get into the corner. Oof. As we now see that Doorman did put in a valid lap.
Yeah.
And is in first with an 1/10 of a second. That's very close. I don't know how I missed that.
Yeah, I also.
I think he will go for a another even faster lap.
What is Losi doing?
I think Losi is also on a push lap.
Yeah, but he's not fast.
No, probably not. No, he's not on the push lap anymore.
Oh, but Beasley, yes.
Beasley very strong. I think he might give us a spectacle, and especially as his first race. So if he gets even stronger in the future, we might see him challenge for wins and maybe even the championship if he keeps up this pace. At least we also have to see in the race, because if you make some mistakes, it can always cost you a lot of points. So consistency is very important here. But right now he has the pace for something special. But I'm still filling in the spreadsheet of last year. It's a beautiful day in Albert Park, as we see now the last minutes of qualifying getting complete. As he's still following Beasley, and Doorman put in another fastest lap, 0.3 of a second faster. It is faster, but it's not a lot. And we know how strong Losi is in the races. I think he's going for another fast lap. I think it's going to be his final flying lap. It's not going to be easy, but he's trying to be as quick and as smoothly as possible through these turns. Trying to scrub the least amount of speed off the tires, because you can see it comes from 121 down to 109, so you lose quite a lot of speed in those high speed corners just from scrubbing the tires alone. And he's going for a shortcut. I don't know.
I think he wanted to start a new lap before the end of the session.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit too late. It's unfortunate, but that means it's pole position for Doormalen.
Maybe Beasley is now on a flying lap.
Oh, we still have to wait.
Yes.
For Beasley.
Ah, why did he abort? Okay.
And he also aborted. So this is going to be the final standings. Pane Bianco, very strong qualifying, 4th position. Crafter in 5th. Nyberg in 6th position, very strong qualifying of him as well. Zweiberg in 7th. Rosado, a bit disappointed. He was looking really great, but he couldn't improve anymore. This 8th position it is, but I'm certain he will make up for it during the race. Franco, another newcomer in 9th position. He's looking to get also his first points. And Rock Intent also going to challenge for those points. Kane and Van Zel will be on his heels.
Yeah.
So trying to get those first points as well of the season. Well, it's going to be the first points for everybody of the season. It's the first race, but I think you get my gist.
Yeah.
Bortolozzi quite disappointing, however. I think he might have some trouble with the setup or the car. Maybe it's It's a different car, right? Than the one of last year?
No, the only difference is the curses, the hybrid
Oh,
system.
okay. Okay, so...
If you don't use the hybrid system, it's exactly the same as last year.
Okay. So maybe some trouble with the hybrid system,
No, I
possibly.
think it's due to the weather. It's the same weather as it's predicted for the race, Formula One race for tomorrow, and
Oh,
it's not much grip on the track.
so it's rainy.
No, it is not rain.
Like little drizzle and gold and green track. As we go now to the full grid. I still have to wait a couple of minutes, I think, till the race will be started. I will realize when the lights are going off. When the sound of the engines goes up, of course. But still, right now we are waiting. So I have come to the, and we go to the lights. Are waiting for the start, and we are racing, and it's a good start from Milanov. I think I can't see it. Lozzi is side by side to him. Oh, oh, and that's a crash. I think that's Pane Bianco going off, but he's still going in third. Nyberg now in third position. Oh, almost spun out. Little touch, and that's Pane Bianco again out of sight. Oh, and that's Crafter who crashed. Oh, really, really disappointing. I think that's his race. Oh, well, he can still continue, but that is still very, very disappointing. As you see now, Lozzi still close to Milanov. As you are for the battle for 7th place. Reis going in the inside of Zweigberg, but Zweigberg sweeping around the outside. Clean defense. Outbreaking Andre Reis. Very, very good racing here indeed. As Rosado also lost 2 positions at the start. I see Nyberg having a great start from 6th position on the grid.
That was a
third.
nice overtake from Diego. I think he used the hybrid system with the overtake.
Very well spotted indeed. Those hybrid systems can indeed be used for overtakes, as you know, following Franco around. He also had a great start. He started in 9th position and made up 3 places already. And he's now looking to get another one away from Panabianco, who had not the greatest start of the world.
Oh, that was very close.
As you're almost touching side by side, he's almost getting run out of track as he gets a little touch by the car behind from Zweigberg. As he now has to defend as well. He's going from attacking to defending. He stays on the inside line, a bit hovering in the middle of the track, not giving any space away for the other drivers. And now we see again Andre Reis going to try and move on the long straight. The slipstream is powerful. Will he be using the hybrid system? And he goes for a move on the inside. He gets the space, but he doesn't get the move done. As you see in the at the front still, Lozzi close to Van Doremalen, still being under a minute. Parazzarozzi, I mean, I said it before, he is making moves and he is making them quick. He has a great race pace and it shows. 17 on the grid to 12th. And he is looking to get another one, as you know, following for 3rd position. This is for the podium. Beasley going, taking the inside for, I think that's turn 12. And taking back 3rd position from Nyberg. So he's again on the podium after succeeding in the start. Oh, as he goes off track, and I think that's position again back to Nyberg. And that's what I said in the beginning. It's not about who's the fastest, it's also about who's the most consistent, as we see Narbeck sliding around. That's also costing time. These two drivers are on the edge of grip, and maybe even a little bit overdriving the car. But it's always what we love to see as spectators.
And here we see an interesting battle between Penebianco, Zweigberg, Weiss and Rosado. Very close to each other.
Indeed, it's a battle for 6th position, I think. Or even up to 5th. Yeah, for 5th position, so a lot of position up for grabs. As Zweigberg comes down the inside. No, it's Franco who gets out in front. Nyberg gets all out of shape. And Penebianco still in 6th position. Oh, sliding around. And it's Franco who still gets the most position, and Zweigberg is the one who loses out big. Very sad to see such a battle end in the with one guy spinning out, but that's racing. These cars aren't completely made to be driven really close to each other.
Still
and we see
battle
another
between
move.
Beasley and Nyberg. Very close racing for 3 and 4.
Indeed, I think it's for both racers going to be the first podium if, yeah, of course they don't crash out, but as it stands now, it's going to be for both of them their first podium. So of course both drivers will be wanting to get ahead of the other. Well, obviously, as we see our first lapped car already. And who's dominating the field once again, but Lozzie is following close behind. He's only 1 second behind. So he might get kick off in the pit lane. As you see, following Rosado now. Following around, trying to chase after Reis. The group is being split out a bit more, and Franco has been the big winner of that fight. He's now a second up on Penebianco and is maybe trying to close in on Beasley if he keeps fighting with Nyberg, as I think they do. They're very close to each other. I see the drivers coming for the 8th lap of the race.
That's also an interesting battle between Cadillac, Schweichter, Torres, Denzel. They are very close to each other.
David Torres in 10th position.
Crafter and Rockwell both driving with the same livery. That's a bit confusing. But happily we have the driver's name on screen.
Yeah, indeed. And Van Zal and Torres also driving the same livery. So it looks like we're looking at team battle. Oh! A spin from Shazma Rock. Oh, disappointing. But you never know in these races. Other people can spin out as well. Just keep your head up and just keep driving. That's always the most important part when racing these cars. Because you see now Crafters coming very close to that rear wing of Torres for a 10th position. They both want to get that 1 point that's so important. Especially for for the standings. A lot of times it's only a couple of points for multiple positions.
Yes.
As you see him now.
He has made the move.
Oh!
That was a close one.
He made the move stick, but only just.
Yeah.
And maybe the stewards will be looking at that because he did leave the track off the braking zone. So I don't know if that's leaving the track and gaining an advantage, but that will be discussed after the race. But for now, great move from Cudley Crafter later on the brakes. Almost spinning out. And Lozzie's now a bit in his own. He's getting chased down by Beasley, who is also still trying to defend from Nyberg. I think we missed that move for third place. And Loz is now 9 seconds away from Dormel. What happened there? He was a very... Oh, as we see now. Oh, Nyberg, the driver in fourth position, spinning out after colliding with a back marker. Ooh, that will be looked at the stewards. That's a real shame. He was driving so well the whole race. He's now following Panebianco and Franco again. He's again trying to make that move. It didn't... well, he wasn't so prosperous 4 laps ago, but maybe he can be this lap. As you see Franco going wide and losing time, having to defend into the penultimate corner. This will give Panebianco better run out.
Today with the qualification we could hear that Albert Park is the 4th fastest track on the Formula 1 calendar, so it is also a fast one on the FSGP calendar. So overtaking is not so easy on this track because there aren't many braking points, so it's difficult to overtake.
No, exactly. We've seen that indeed before with the battle between Nyberg and Beasley. I think Beasley has come into the pit lane. He's in 9th position now. Weirdly enough, I'm not sure what happened. Fully what happened there. But we've seen that it's quite difficult to overtake between Franco and Panebianco, and I think we're seeing the battle. Oh, Franco goes into the pit lane. He's avoiding the fight with Panebianco, and Panebianco now has clean air, so maybe he can do an overcut. As we see Nyberg coming in the background, being faster than Panebianco. A lot of drivers pitting right now. It's the midpoint of the race. I see Franco going to be making a move on the back marker, so he hopes the back marker is fighting back. That's not how it's supposed to go.
So Rosado is in a battle with the back marker.
Ooh, he will not be happy about that.
Oh, happily he made it.
Yeah, without any controversy or spinning out as Nyberg did last race, and Nyberg goes into pit lane. I think he knows that by making an undercut, getting clean air, he can he knows that he's faster on track, so it's more efficient for him to come out in clean air and than to try to battle with him and lose time that way.
The MFT02 can have 7 liters in its tank, but it's not enough for the race. I think you need about 10 liters for this race, so they have to all have to make a pit stop and fill the tank with 3 liters of fuel. That gives them the space to pit early or to pit late, depending on if you're in a fight or are you having trouble with the back markers.
Indeed, and we've seen last year sometimes Lozzie going very early, or only putting very small amount of fuel to get ahead of Doremalen, and then to try to defend the rest of the race, basically, and that has worked for him. So yeah, we will see.
Yeah,
following
leaving a pit now.
After him making his pit stop, he's in 12th position. Not sure who still has to pit. I think Franco still has to pit. Or no, Franco doesn't have to pit, but Franco is getting overtaken by Nyberg if he can cut to that battle. We're still following Chesmore Rock.
Where's Nyberg? Oh, he's making a pit stop now. That's a long pit stop.
Maybe getting a lot of fuel, maybe tire change. Zwartberg, is he coming out in the points? He is, so he'll be very pleased with that.
Interesting.
Rosado still has to.
Franco in the battle.
With Rosado, Franco has already pitted. Rosado, I think not. But Rosado is obviously free to defend as he wants.
Yes.
This is a battle for position. And I think Rosado is going to try and do just a dash of fuel to get his, to make his final stint as short as possible. He's in good rhythm. And obviously when you make a pit stop, you break that rhythm a bit to get again into the groove. And that's not always easy, and sometimes just staying out long, getting a flow for the track can all sometimes help your race. And I think the two first guys still have to make a pit stop. So, and Rice, I think, is also hasn't made his stop yet. So the effective standing
they
is...
have to make a pit stop right now, because otherwise they won't have fuel anymore.
I think so too.
Rice is
following
already
our...
in the pit. Where's
Okay,
Guus
he laps
one
laps earlier, and he's coming on the back straight. I think he's going to make his pit stop right now.
Yeah.
As indeed we see him coming into the pit lane, and will Rossi follow him as he goes to drive obviously to the whole back of the pit lane because he is a first driver. So very, very short stop, just a dash of fuel. As he comes out still ahead of Lozzi, who hasn't pitted.
I think so.
Maybe, or maybe Lozzi has pitted in from the beginning of the race. It's possible that we missed that.
The leader is in heavy traffic. All cars around him.
That gives Lozzi an opportunity to close in, and
yes.
As he's doing indeed 5 seconds, now reduced to only 3. But Lozzi has to clear this traffic as well, as we see him in the background, the light blue and black livery appearing. So Doornmalen now coming in the final 5 laps of this race, as Lozzi also is coming into the pit lane right now. I think it's gonna be close with Beasley.
Yeah. I hope he gets,
as we have to see and wait. Very, very short stop as well. Beasley coming closer, but I think he will have cleared. Indeed. As it's quite relaxed right now, I must say. It's not as chaotic as before in the midfield. You see Rice trying to get another position away from Franco. Rosado's, I think Rosado maybe still has to pit, I'm not sure. And I think that's basically everyone has already pitted. Andre Rice coming very, very close and trying to get a move around the outside, trying to get more speed carried into those corners, get a better exit out of the back straight and maybe make a move, but he's not fast enough, he's not close enough. Oh, as he almost loses control of the car. I think that might give some trouble to the cars behind, as we see the battle between Torres and Kane. Or, no, Torres and Van der Zalm, who are a lap apart. And it's going to be the same story as last year. Van Doornmalen dominating from start to finish. A perfect race as you will. And I think he has the fastest lap as well. Lozzi clean behind. He tried his best, but he never really got close enough. Patarozzi is closing in on the 5th position for Jacobs. I see the final 3 laps of this race have begun. Very, very close. He's almost on the rear splitter, that fan at the back, generating even more downforce. And oh, a mistake from Jacobs going wide, and Patarozzi looked for the inside, but they touched and he spun out. That's yeah, that's part of racing, sadly, but it's also very, very unfortunate. As you see, Rosado getting held up by a back marker who goes out of the track, and Rosado spins. Oh, and a big crash! A big crash for Rosado, spinning out and then hitting. I think it's Zweigberg who he hits, and now he lost 3 positions already. So unfortunate. He was on a very strong race, starting in 8th position, then falling back down to 10th, back to 6th position. Well, even gaining positions. And then spinning out again in 9th position. Really, really sad. As you see now, Franco and Zweigberg, those two are not done fighting yet. We're coming into the final laps of this race. So if you want to score extra points, now is the time to do so. These are the critical parts of the race. Zweigberg defending the inside line. He doesn't want Franco to get the inside line for that corner. Still defending the inside line. He's not giving up. And both drivers on the limits. Zweigberg a bit out of shape. Track is very low grip. He has a bad run to the penultimate corner, sliding a bit. So that might give Franco another opportunity to go around the outside. Oh, almost touching. I think there was a little bit of contact. And Zweigberg has survived for another lap. I think they still have 2 laps to go. This is now the final lap. Doremal has started his final lap. As we see the battle for 4th position. Nyberg wanting revenge after colliding with the back marker after being in 3rd position. He wants his points back, and he is close, but I don't think he's close enough. But Panabianco hasn't kept it neat, and Nyberg is closing in. Will he be close enough for the make a move on the start-finish date? He doesn't, but it's still 3 tenths back. It only costs 1 mistake of Panabianco for him to pass. And we've seen Panabianco is prone to some errors. I think Van Doornbal is almost going to be at the final corners of this track. And Doornbal won the race after a brilliant drive from start to finish. I haven't seen him all race because it was not interesting to look at. He was just dominating. He keeps his streak from last season. And Lozzie also very strong race of him. Beasley, newcomer, directly in a podium. Incredible race, and well, I think we will see some fantastic drives from him as well. Getting a little bit more speed to challenge Lozzie and Doornmalen. Panabianco will be pleased with that 4th place after a very difficult battle with Nyberg. Nyberg, he had a very strong race, very strong start starting from 6th position to 3rd, and then colliding with that back marker. It's gonna be frustrating, but a 5th position is very strong, and I think he can be very, very pleased with that. Rosado also not going to be pleased. And I think that's it for the end of the race.
I think
Thank you
we
all.
are going to the interview area to see if Thomas can do some interviews.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're waiting for Thomas and other people to join the interview area.
Moet ik meedoen met de interviews?
Can you wait here?
Microfoon staat uit.
Can't you hear me now?
Hey, everybody. Do you remember who
Hello.
won that race?
Yes, it was Van Doornmalen. Then Lozzie, then Ben. Ben something. Hold on.
We are waiting for the other people.
Hold on, I can't see.
Okay, I got Lozy, and who was the other one?
One of the newcomers. Hold on, I'm checking to see. Yeah,
I will check for
participants. I just got a blank.
results.
I don't do know how it is.
Somebody has turned on his mic and speakers.
I think someone's still in the race.
Beasley, Ronald Beasley.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe Roland Beasley is Meatball.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, honestly.
No, he should be Meatball, but I don't see him responding.
Oh, okay. Well,
Um,
that's quite disappointing because he did have a brilliant race.
we'll give it a minute, and then if he doesn't respond, then we'll go ahead.
It was a. Like, you were probably in the race, but watching it was brilliant.
There were definitely some moments that I'm sure will look pretty impressive on the replay.
Impressive is maybe not the correct word, but
Carnage-erific? Would you prefer that?
yeah. But it's a joy to watch, at least. I don't think it's a joy to drive, but as a commentator, I can appreciate some.
I just want to take a quick
Some course
moment
crashing.
to apologize to Luca. I accidentally spun him on the last lap. So sorry. You kept your position, so I'm not too concerned, but I'm sorry that it happened.
Wait, was it the battle for?
5th, I believe.
Oh. Huh? But you were in the 5th.
No. I
You were
accidentally
left
spun
behind.
him.
Oh, okay. I think we missed
so
that.
I let him by and then cut back too soon because I wasn't expecting him to lift where he lifted and
Okay.
ended up spinning him. So that was entirely my fault. 100% my fault. But he kept a position, so it should be fine.
Maybe you'll get a penalty for that, but
I'm out of the points either way. No one's going to bother giving me a penalty.
I think we can start.
There was some drama with the back markers as well because the guy in the orange car. Oh my god,
The
I'm so bad with
guy,
names.
the guy with a
got spun
blue
out.
and purple car.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't think Roland's coming up.
Got spun out. He was driving in I think 3rd position, and he got spun out by the back marker.
Okay,
Got down back to 7th position, and then he drove back to 5th. But
okay, so Thomas, I think you can start the
expect him to be happy.
interviews.
Okay. Since it doesn't look like Roland is showing up, we'll just start the interviews with Adam. Lozy,
okay?
You got P2. Did you do a lot of practice today, or was that just magic that you pulled out?
No, I practiced like 1 hour before the race. But still, Boost was very fast. I think I'm struggling with the new hybrid, the energy deployment. I don't really know where to deploy it, and with that problem, I leave some time in the table. So, yeah.
I also saw you spun out at least twice. What happened there? Was it just you being overly aggressive, or was it the wind changes that were happening mid-race?
In qualifying or in the race, you mean? The race.
In the race, you spun out at least once.
No, I didn't make any mistake. It was just back markers.
Oh, you cracked into a back. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, 2 of them, twice.
Well, we'll
Consistency. I felt pretty consistent. No problems regarding that.
Oh, Roland will show up. Okay, we'll go back to him then. So you think that mostly that your pace inconsistencies was from people who were behind you then?
I think that on average I was like maybe 3/10 slower than Goose, but yeah, with the 2 lapped cars crashing into me, there was nothing else to do. Maybe I was thinking maybe I had some chance there, but yeah.
Oh,
And how far do you think you were off on Goose's pace today? Was it just him having more consistency with the hybrid engine? Because I saw that you were about 0.5 for his best lap was a 50 flat, and yours was a 50.5. But it seemed like you were catching him for a little while there.
Yeah, I mean I don't know where he uses the energy, but I mean when I was alone during the race, I was not using the energy at all. But at the first few laps when we were close, yeah, I was being cautious with the energy, and I thought, well, we have similar pace, but then the last laps before my first incident with the back marker, he put a small advantage of 1.5 seconds or something like that, some lap. But yeah, that's why I think that it was like more or less 3 or 4 tenths on average slower.
Well, it's only the first of 24 races, so you'll have time to get used to the hybrid system.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you very much. Roland,
yo,
congratulations on your P3. How do you feel?
I was this close to crashing out a few times.
Did you have any troubles with back markers, or was it just inconsistency on your own part?
I mean, I don't know. It's small track, a lot of people. So I mean, yeah, back markers definitely affected it some.
And this
But
is your first podium in this series, right?
yeah, this is my first race for this, and it's pretty damn fun, gotta say.
And how did you like the hybrid system?
I mean, the ERS definitely allowed for the overtakes, even though it was a small track. So that was really cool. So I did like it.
I saw at one point you were catching up to Losey. Did you end up running into a back marker? Is that why you couldn't bridge the gap, or was it just your own pace?
No, it was my own pace. I'm pretty sure he pitted a second time, maybe to try and set the fastest lap. So that's why I got pretty close. Because
No,
my
I
brother was on.
one time only.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just that
then yeah. So
I crashed 2 times.
yeah. So yeah, no, it was just my pace on that end. Still figuring out these FSAE cars.
All right, well, we hope to see more of you throughout the season. Congratulations on your P3.
Thank you.
Goose,
Cool.
you are the man of the hour once again. How do you feel with the new car?
Yeah, I feel pretty good. I'm pretty happy with my race. I was pretty fast, so yeah, just I'm very happy. And yeah, the car, yeah, I think it's a nice feature to have, especially for the overtaking. So and also for just space during qualifying. And yeah, also during the race, you have to time it right to gain a bit of lap time. So that's also nice. And just for the overtaking, it makes it more interesting, I think.
Well, you definitely had by far the best pace today. On the practice server, you pulled out a 49.8, which is very impressive. On the actual server, you couldn't manage that pace. You did get a 50.0, which is still very impressive and a full 0.5 faster than the second fastest, which I believe is Cadillac. Yeah, Cadillac did a 5:04. So you had pretty much cruising pace for most of the race.
Yeah, yeah. On the practice server, there was just the weather conditions were just a little bit better. So then I could do 94.8. But yeah, during the race, I was trying to find like a peg marker to slipstream behind, and then after that deploy all my hairs just to get into the 94th. But yeah, I just didn't manage to get in the 49s. So that's but yeah, I'm pretty happy with the race and with my pace. So yeah.
And you were about 17 seconds ahead of Lozi in the end there. Were you just like coasting the whole like last part of the race, or were you actually actively trying to get fastest lap?
Yeah, I was just like I think that gap was so big because he had some problems with some back markers, and also the thing was I knew I was a little bit faster, so if so I could just be extra cautious with peg markers, and yeah, I think Losi just needed to take a bit more risk, so hoping he could close the gap. So that was also I think because the gap was so big in the end, and I was just at the end I was just like driving like cruising just to get the battery full again, and then after that I could do two fast laps to try and get a faster lap. But yeah, that was basically it.
All right. Well, thank you very much for doing the interview. We will be back in 7 days at the Chinese FSGP. We hope you all will join us there. And yeah, we still got spots open, so make sure if you got time to come join, to come do it. We'll see you next week.
Thank you. Bye.
Goodbye, and of course, thanks for watching. And as Kane said, so make sure to join us next week so you can get a spot as well and to enjoy these lovely cars and lovely races. Goodbye.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Very cool. All right. I think they went well. My race was all right. I did kind of fuck up Luca a little bit in the last lap, but he managed to keep his place, so it's fine. I kind of spun him while letting him by, which was a problem. Definitely need to make sure I don't do that again. But he kept his place, so it should be alright.